Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to continue on the session that I did yesterday, which was on how to structure your SLR paper using ChatGPT. In today's video, I'm not going to have my camera on because there is some issue with it. So I'll just be speaking without my camera. So let's get started. For those who have already joined my session yesterday, that you already know that there is a Google Doc that I'm using for sharing all the prompts that I'm using in these sessions. For those who are joining me new today, check out that link in the in the description of this video, where you will find the link to fill up the details so that you get access to the Google Docs. Right. So at the end of the video, maybe when you're watching it again, follow these prompts step by step so that you get an idea of how you can apply these different prompts for your research. In today's session, the objective is to understand if you want to write a SLR paper on a specific topic, how can you use ChatGPT to help you structure the different sections. And what I want to show you is how to ask ChatGPT to give you some suggestions on what sentences that you can write. So we are asking for guidance from ChatGPT to give us ideas on what each section should contain, and that will give us some direction on what we should start writing. Okay, the purpose of this is to manage writer's block, because many a times when you start to write, you think, oh, what can I do now, what can I write now, I have no idea. So which is why yesterday we covered the session in yesterday's session we covered how to structure, so we at least know what are the sections and subsections your paper should have. Today we are going into one of those sections and then look at how or what is it that we can write. Okay, I will go to ChatGPT now. And before that, I want to show you, this is the Google Doc that I will be using for today's session as well. So those who have already accessed this document yesterday, you can just continue looking through this because all the prompts will be here. So for today's session, I'm going to take this as a topic for SLR. So if I were to write a SLR on this topic, let me show you how you can start your work. So the first thing is, you can say, I want to write a SLR on this topic. Yeah. Give me a layout for my SLR paper. Let's see what this gives. So you can see here we have some suggestions: title, author information, that is pretty straightforward, abstract, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion. So these are the similar sections that we discussed yesterday. Okay, so I will copy this first prompt. Let's go back to ChatGPT here, and then let me ask for giving me some suggestions. Give me some title suggestions for this SLR. Okay, so we have got a number of suggestions here. Telehealth and chronic disease management, a systematic review. Navigating chronic care, digital health frontiers, evaluating the impact of telehealth. I prefer those that have the word systematic literature review in the title, because that is one thing that you need to have to state that it is a SLR. Beyond traditional care, a systematic review of telehealth. So there are many such options. Okay, so you can get an idea of what kind of title you can, and you can work out a title based upon these suggestions. Don't copy it as it is, but figure out or use this as an idea engine, right? Gather ideas with this, but do not copy. Now let's see. I want to start writing the introduction section of my SLR paper. Can you give me some sentence ideas in form of questions? That is, give me such a question that I can answer, and by doing that I will start writing my introduction section. So what I have done now is I have asked ChatGPT to give me suggestions of questions, right? So when I answer this question, you will start writing the introduction section. So I'm not getting ChatGPT to give me the content of introduction, but I am asking for some direction on what should be covered and give me some ideas. And the best way to do, which I think works, is asking it to give some questions. So you can consider this as a question and answer. And as you answer these questions, you will start building up your research, building up your introduction section. So I'll copy that prompt here now. And now let's go and look at these questions, what ChatGPT has suggested. So what can you write in your introduction? You can say, what is the current global burden of chronic disease and why is their management a critical issue in healthcare today? So answer this question. Yeah, you may use some statistics here. And it is also giving you here what you will get. So answering this question will allow you to set the stage by highlighting the prevalence and impact of chronic diseases globally. So you are kind of strengthening your problem, the reason why you're doing your SLR. Next is, how have healthcare delivery models evolved with the advent of telehealth technologies, particularly in the context of chronic disease management? So you can answer this. What challenges do patients and chronic disease face in traditional healthcare setting, and what might telehealth and how might telehealth address these challenges? So yeah, so these are some pointers. So if you follow a similar prompt like what I have given here, you will get some suggested questions that you can use for your introduction section and try to answer them. So if you have 8 questions and typically every question is every sentence is 15 to 20 words, right? So you will have easily 160 words written if you just answer this question with one sentence. Yeah, if you do it 2 times, if you have 2 sentences in each to answer each question, you will have 320 words, and that's a good start. And even if you can achieve that in one day, you can realize how powerful this can be. Yeah. All right, what you can also do is you can say, for each of the 8 question suggestions, can you give me additional, can you give me sub questions? So I have more direction on what I can write. Let's see what this gives. So now here you see, you got what are the some three, now you have got three suggestions here, right? So 3 sentences will give you enough to write for this. And what will happen by doing this is, if you answer, when you answer this thing, this can be one paragraph of your introduction. And by doing this, you can understand, you can see that your paragraphs will be topic focused. So there is no mix of different things happening in the same time if you follow this structure of writing these, answering these sentences, answering these questions. Yeah. So this is a very interesting way that I have found, which works and provides a good direction for students to start focusing and start writing, because focus becomes a challenge, right? When you are writing, when you are thinking of what to write. So if you have this direction that okay, I need to answer 8 times 3, that is 24 questions, and once I get the answers, you have a plan, right? If I answer these 24 questions, my research will finish, right? So my introduction section will finish, and that will at least give you the first draft of your introduction. Yeah. So this is a very powerful way to help you with your writing, especially if you are struggling with writing your paper, and which is what I have seen in a lot of cases. So now let's take these 3 things, and what I will be doing is, I'll copy this here, and then I would say, give me, I'll copy that prompt from earlier. Can you give me some sentence ideas in form of questions for the problem, objectives, and rationale? Can you give me some sentence ideas in form of questions? That is, give me questions that I can answer, and by doing so, I will start writing my I will start writing these 3 subsections of my introduction. Let's run this. So let's see what it has given. What inconsistencies or significance gaps have you identified in the existing literature? Why do these gaps need to be filled? What problems could these gaps be posing in the current healthcare? How does failing to address these gaps continue to hinder advancements in telehealth? Okay, so you can see this will give you some idea on what you can write in the problem statement. Similarly, for objectives, what are the specific questions your SLR seeks to answer about the effectiveness? So you can think about these and start answering them. Are there particular aspects of telehealth effectiveness that your review will focus on? So what this is going to do is this is going to start giving you potential ideas to think about. And as you think, it will give you some sense of direction in your SLR, and it will help you to get started to write your SLR. Okay, so this was the introduction. I have copied these prompts here as well, so you can come and check this later. All these prompts I'm copying it here, so you can check it out later. Yeah. All right. Next, what I will do is the next section of your introduction is, if you go back here and see the next section. The next section is on methodology. So we can follow a similar approach that I want to write this section and we'll copy this and put it here. Can you give me some sentence ideas in form of questions that I could answer when I start writing? When I start writing, you can just change it to this section of my methodology. And let's see what we get. So it has given you some directions that what specific databases do you use to conduct your literature, and then you can answer this question. What search terms and keywords do you use in your queries? Did you use any specific combination or configuration of keywords in your search? How did you determine which keywords to use in your searches? So see, these all are different ideas, suggestions that you can use to start writing your SLR paper or different sections of the SLR. Okay, so what I would like you to do, or you all to do now, is follow this approach, this strategy. Basically, what I call is a questioning strategy. So you ask ChatGPT to give you questions for different sections, and you start answering them, and thereby start building your SLR paper. Okay. So you can do the same thing for inclusion and exclusion criteria, study selection, data extraction, and so on. Okay. So what I will do is I will also run this later on and share more and more prompts in this document, so you can be more productive in your research. Okay. So this prompt library will help you to develop better research, and you will be able to do fast research. Okay. So in today's session, I wanted to give you this initial idea of how you can progress with your research. So what I like to give you a task today is to go through all these different sections and generate your own list of questions that will help you to answer all these relevant sections. And you will see that by doing this, you will be very productive in terms of the writing of your paper, because my focus in these in running these sessions is to show that how you can be effective in writing your SLR paper. Okay, so follow these prompts, follow these instructions, and I hope that you can start writing, and keep a target for yourself. Like I said in the introduction, there were 8 questions and 8 broad questions and 3 sub questions. So even if you answer these 24 questions, you will have your introduction section ready. Okay, so try doing that and tell me how you go with this approach. This is a very new and interesting approach to use ChatGPT. Okay, like I said earlier on as well, that the the purpose of using ChatGPT here in research is to ensure that you are using it as an engine for idea generation. Yeah, you're not using it for writing. So what we have learned today is how can we use ChatGPT to give us certain questions for different sections of our SLR paper, so that we can start answering them and start building up our SLR. If you are using ChatGPT for research purpose, please also share some of your thoughts and ideas, or what prompts you are using, or how are you using ChatGPT in your research. I would be very much love to learn from your experience as well. Also, if you have any specific topics that you would like me to cover in the upcoming sessions of these daily webinars, please let me know, and I'll be very happy to help you by making some videos on these topics. All right, thank you once again, and apologies for not having my camera today. I will try to sort it out to see what's going on. Happy researching and happy writing. Thank you very much and have a great evening. Bye-bye.